to the feds and follow all their orders and become secret police for them in this Stasi takeover. Aren't you smart enough to get it, cops? Aren't you smart enough to understand it? Don't you understand? We've got swindling offshore banks raping the country 7 ways to Sunday. Can't you get that through your head? Don't you understand it? Now, I want to get into Big Sis's lies, and we're having a detailed report written on this that's set to go up on prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com in the next few minutes. And I think this is one of the most important articles we've done because we're on the offensive. If they fail here, if despite all their stage terror and everything they're doing, if they fail here, they're not going to be able to federalize all our communities with the 72 threat fusion centers. They're not going to be able to take over all of our societies. People are going to say, well, wait a minute, terrorists could attack anywhere or anytime. Why are we just doing this in airports? People are getting the common sense. So they've got to force it through on us, and they're scared, and they're desperate, and they're having to respond. There's been a backlash against TSA for 9 years. Tourism is way down from all over the world of the U.S. and inside the U.S. It's killing the hotels and theme parks and airlines. And the feds, we have another article out today, actually don't care. They want to bankrupt the airlines. They want to quasi-nationalize them and only have 2 or 3 carriers that are insiders. They want to ban non-essential travel. That's mainstream news. We have an article up on prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com. Homeland Security trying to shut down air travel. So we know what they're doing. We know this is part of Agenda 21. But I saw this article this morning in USA Today, Napolitano responding. See, they're in trouble. And every word in here is a lie. And if you get this out to people and point out, regardless of what you think of all this screening, she is lying. Regardless of what you think of all this screening, she is lying to you. And I made a special video today that Rob Dew's in there editing to put up on the web dealing with her being caught red-handed lying. Tell him pop a tape back in the camera. During the next break, I want to shoot an addendum video to add on to the video he's putting together. See, I mean, there's so many lies here that I want to go over. It's again, even if you think your wife being groped is great because you've got a fetish of being scared of men with turbans and all the rest of it, but then the guys with turbans are exempt from being searched, you need to understand she's a liar. Everything in this article is a lie. Napolitano, this is written by her, scanners are safe. Pat-downs discreet. And then she goes into the terrorist attacks they thwarted. Actually, in every case, they were behind it. The Detroit operation, all the rest of it. And that's on record. So she tells you about the terror attacks that her bosses ran and how they kept you safe from them. How they kept you safe from that. And then she goes on with the other lies. She says pat-downs are discreet. Having a man grab your genitals or grab your breast is not discreet. And everyone's pointed out they do this in the common area with hundreds of people around you, and they make women raise their dresses. They make men take their pants down. That's on record. They squeeze you. There's nothing discreet about it. So she says scanners are safe. That's a lie. You've got all these scientists and the federal government and the Atomic Energy Agency saying it's not safe. And she says in the opening line, it's all lies. See, it's a culture of lies. There are no death panels. Now death panels are good. I did not have sex with that woman, Monica Lewinsky. Oh, yes, I did. It's just, they love it. They love lying. It's what they do. And they're counting on you not doing research. So scanners are safe. That's a lie. Pat-downs are discreet. That's the headline. And the biggest lie here is that they're safe. She quotes Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory as saying it's safe. And the Food and Drug Administration, who approved aspartame, by the way, and the National Institute of Standards and Technology. the folks that told you Building 7 didn't fall at free fall speeds, but it did. But actually, without even looking today, because there's hundreds of agencies and groups saying it's deadly, I happen to have the French news agency here, AFP. Dr. Michael Love, who runs the X-ray lab at the Department of Biophysics and Biophysical Chemistry at Johns Hopkins. That's the folks that would know. University School of Medicine told AFP. He said, we know they are hazardous to your health. He says you are risking your life when you go through the machines. I mean, and I could literally go through hundreds of these. I mean, even the university she cites, they go to the physics department, not the radiology department. It's like, hey, I need somebody to fix my car. I'm going to go hire a arborist who cuts trees. Or I need somebody to pull my tooth. I'm going to go to a homeless man to do it. I mean, we're going to continue with our lives when we get back.
Off-the-grid remedies can still be grown in your own backyard. Tap into powerful off-the-grid healthcare using all-natural, time-tested herbal medications that you grow yourself with the new Survival Herb Bank. Take the first preventative step against the coming socialized medical shortages with SurvivalHerbBank.com. Traditional herbal remedies have been used effectively for centuries, but the big pharmaceutical and big government cartel can't patent their natural healing powers. That's why they are trying to ban them. The Survival Herb Bank contains 20 powerful herbs, all with proven track records as off-the-grid remedies. And here's the best part. When you grow your own herbal medicines, potencies go through the roof. Learn more at SurvivalHerbBank.com. Plus, get the ebook, How to Grow Your Own Herbs for Survival Remedies, a $39 value, free with every Survival Herb Bank order. Now at less than half price while supplies last at SurvivalHerbBank.com. Or call 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. SurvivalHerbBank.com.
The question is, where should the American people draw their line in the sand?
What have we got? A republic or a monarchy?
A republic
is based on a constitution which protects minority rights.
Not democracy, not mob rule, two wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner.
So they think they own our land. They think they own our water, children, our education, our money.
We have to define who we are and what we will tolerate.
Somebody's going to ask you what you did during the Patriot Uprising.
You have been warned.
We have the facts. We have the Constitution. We have the Bill of Rights. We have common law. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm so excited to be able to offer you Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic. Tyranny is upon us, but liberty and the sleeping giant that is the American people is rising. A new tool in the info war. Don't Tread on Me. Order it at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139 and support independent, patriotic Liberty films.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 5 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $209, and the Berkey Guy will include 3 Sport Berkey water bottles and ship everything to you free of charge. That's right, 3 Sport Berkey water bottles and free shipping. An $87 value, yours free. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
So it's discreet to grab your private parts in front of everybody at the airport. And the scanners are safe. Doesn't matter if the actual federal boards that deal with radiology say they're very dangerous, and that's in CNN and USA Today. No, they can just go find NIST, who's their pet scammers, who deal with standards in technology, and have them tell you everything's fine. She also lies and says these are the same pat-downs we've always been doing. These are new enhanced pat-downs. They announced those 3 weeks ago. That's what finally drove people over the edge. Notice they always want more, 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 more. I guarantee if we didn't say no here, they would start calling for cavity searches. Because, you know, they're going to have one of their stooges that they bust, some drugged-up zombie. They get on a plane. They'll even have the government getting them on the plane. The drugged-out zombie might even be in a hospital gown. I mean, basically, Mcilvaine was. And they get him on, and, oh, he had a hand grenade up his rear end. He had a hand grenade up his rear end. They have mules that swallow, you know, just tons of heroin or have it sewed into them. There's only a matter of time till they do a stunt, and then, sorry, proctology exam, or sorry, we've got to do a chest x-ray. They're already talking about that. There's no end to it. If somebody ever bombs a Baptist church, we're going to have federal armed guards at the Baptist church. If somebody ever bombs a pizza place, we're going to have checkpoints at all the pizza places. This is all staged, ladies and gentlemen. So she goes on to say these are the same pat-downs we've always been doing. Liar. You are a liar, Napolitano. There's no end to your lies. We've got a report coming out on this. And as soon as I have the headline that Steve Watson has gone with, you better believe we're going to make this a search term today, because these search terms, as Max Kaiser said Friday, are having a huge, huge effect. Here's one of the headlines: TSA caves on molesting pilots. That's a key story up at prisonplanet.com. That is big news. And we've got Homeland Security trying to shut down air travel that goes through the admissions of the UN and others, that they want to put taxes on airlines and, quote, shut down non-essential travel. But in other developments, hundreds of publications, Forbes, Chicago Tribune, they have headlines like, "Government in Your Pants, Chicago Tribune." Or Forbes, "Abolish the TSA." And again, if you really believe that Al-Qaeda is real and Anwar al-Awlaki's hanging out at the Pentagon, but that's no big deal, let's just ignore that, and buildings blow up and fall at free fall speed. Of course, there's a Chinese building here in my stack burning today. It's been burning for a long time. Nothing's collapsed. I'll have to cover that later. I mean, if you really believe all these fairy tales, why don't they just profile Muslims? Why don't they just profile people with Middle Eastern names? Well, I mean, the government already knows everything about you. They're already spying on everything. They know they've got databases. Every time it's a real terrorist, it turns out they're trained at U.S. military bases. They're protected by the U.S. government. Their houses are paid for by the government. They're given visas by the government. They're helped to get on airplanes by the government. The government cooks the bombs for them. The government wants to be your daddy. It wants to run everything. It wants the keys to the cupboard so it can control you. It's very elementary. They get trillions of dollars tax exempt a year for the military-industrial complex. And of course they're staging this stuff. It's time to grow up and realize that. We're going to be right back with the economic news.
You are listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you about the Silver Lungs generator. Now you can produce pure and endless colloidal silver and deliver the solution directly into the bloodstream by breathing the solution through the lungs. The respiratory system is the first line of defense for airborne pathogens and viruses. The Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced nano-silver solutions and also delivers the silver nanoparticles instantly into the bloodstream. With continued legislation threatening the sale of nano-silver products, you can now produce pure and endless colloidal silver with the Silver Lungs generator. Very easy to follow step-by-step instructions are provided, making production fast and simple. Go to www.silverlungs.com today and learn more about the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. That's www.silverlungs.com.